dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
And good evening, I'm Jim Freeman. Thank you for joining us for Mountain News Weekend Edition. First responders were called to action last night in Hazard as an apartment building caught on fire. The fire is contained, but it led to more than 30 people now without a home. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox was on the scene. He details what we know about the situation.
Firefighters spent hours battling a raging fire at an apartment complex in downtown Hazard. Smoke and ash filled the air, making everything around look blurry. One man who lived in the building says it all happened dangerously fast.
I went outside and that guy said, "There's a fire, man. We got to get out of here." I said, "Are you kidding?" I said, "Are you serious?" He said, "Yeah, I'm dead serious." And I looked down the hall and I seen smoke. I said, "Oh no."
Once firefighters arrived just after receiving a call at 9:25 p.m., the fire was already bursting through windows.
Upon arrival, they had fire already showing on the outside of the building, which at that time, when you've got fire showing on the outside of the building, it's progressed pretty good at that point.
Keith also said they do not believe there were any injuries in the fire, but Stephen North says he felt the building was unsafe all along.
So everything around the building, you know, the way the fire alarms are and the building where it's old and stuff, you know.
North and others will be temporarily staying in hotels, but they have lost nearly everything.
To tell you the truth, I want to break down and cry, but you know, what can I do, you know? By the grace of God and by maybe, people helping, maybe me and my family can get back on their feet.
In Hazard, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Thank you, Chandler. We reached out to the building's owner, Brian Carter, for a response relating to North's comments about the building being unsafe, and he said, quote, "There were no complaints whatsoever from any tenants," end quote. If you are a victim of the apartment building fire, officials encourage you to contact 1-800-RED CROSS. Now, if you are someone who would like to donate to fire victims, you can visit our article about the fire on WYMT.com, where we have a link to the fund set up by the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky. An Amber Alert for a missing 7-month-old has been canceled after it was reported she was found safe and in the custody of the Department of Community-Based Services. An Amber Alert had been issued early this morning for Jocelyn Lair out of Wayne County, Kentucky, but she has since been found safe. She was found at her mother's home around 4 a.m. this morning. Jocelyn's mother was arrested after authorities came to her house regarding her 7-month-old baby. The Wayne County Juvenile Courts issued an order for removal of 39-year-old Shelley Lair's baby after they found that the child was in immediate danger due to the failure or refusal of Lair to provide safety for the child. Lair was taken to the Wayne County Detention Center and charged with several charges. She is scheduled to be arraigned in Wayne County District Court on Monday. A Wayne County man was arrested last night for public intoxication of a controlled substance. The Monticello Police Department brought 36-year-old Bradley Lynn Foster of Monticello into custody after they found a plastic baggie containing nearly 4 grams of meth during a search. Officers also found a $1 bill with crystal meth residue on it. In addition to the public intoxication charge, he was also charged with trafficking in a controlled substance. Foster was taken to the Wayne County Detention Center. The Monticello Police Department also made a couple of more arrests within the last 24 hours. 23-year-old Gabino Mesbin was arrested on Bluebird Lane in Monticello for alcohol intoxication following a disturbing complaint. 49-year-old Garvin Payton was also arrested overnight at his home on Darty Street. Payton was charged with harassing communications after making several bizarre calls to the Monticello Wayne County 911 dispatch center during a 2-night period. Both Mesbin and Payton were also taken to the Wayne County Detention Center. 2 people in Pike County were arrested on drug trafficking charges yesterday. Troopers with Kentucky State Police were searching a home in the Hardy area and found 2 pounds of suspected fentanyl, plus other drug paraphernalia, guns, and about $25,000 in cash. 19-year-old Destiny Hunt and 41-year-old Leatrice Hunt were both charged with trafficking in a controlled substance and taken to the Pike County Detention Center. Hunt was also charged with tampering with physical evidence. Police in Winchester were on high alert this morning after a bomb threat was called in at the Kroger on Bypass Road. Police say it happened around 10:30 this morning when someone called the store demanding money and threatened the business, saying they had explosive device set to go. The scene was cleared and no threat was found. However, 3 other Kroger locations in the region, including 2 in northern Kentucky, experienced similar situations. Authorities believe it may be part of a nationwide hoax.
Well, fantastic weather continues across the mountains as we kick off your weekend, but we are watching out for some changes as early as tomorrow as more showers and storms are possible. Here's a live look right now, though, from the Pikeville Medical Center. As you can see, plenty of sunshine over in Pike County, a very comfortable temperature at 76 degrees, and most of us right now in the upper 70s and lower 80s. 77 in Jackson, 80 for Manchester and London, 81 for Somerset and Williamsburg, so very comfortable as we go into this evening. Temperatures fall into the upper 60s and lower 70s, and later on tonight we do fall into the upper 50s and lower 60s. We are dry on radar, a clean sweep, all thanks to high pressure, but just a heads up, we are watching out for showers and storms on Sunday, and some of those could be strong to severe. A level 1 risk of severe weather is in place. We'll talk about that in more detail in just a few minutes. Jim?
Okay, Cameron, thank you. A tattoo shop is spreading awareness and raising money for ALS. WYMT's RJ Johnson has more on why this event hits close to home for the Corbin community.
Tattooing for a cure. It is what the team at In the Skin Tattoos are doing to support people suffering from ALS. Owner Dale North died in October 2022, and his wife Kelly North said they knew they wanted to honor him.
And we knew pretty immediately that we were definitely going to do something in honor of ALS. We were able to raise quite a bit of money through the month of May just doing that. And then this fundraiser today was to kind of, you know, the big to-do, kind of end it with a bang.
Manager Glenn Smith says this was a way to remember him by doing what he loved, tattoos.
Everybody in this town knew him, and it's just something, you know, kind of a memorial for him, but also, more than anything, it's a thank you from us at In the Skin for giving us a donation to go towards this cause.
Kelly says ALS can be a burden on a lot of families, which is why events like this are important.
All the money that is raised and donated, it gets used for research, it gets used to support families. It costs, on average, $250,000 per family to take care of someone with ALS, and that's out of pocket after insurance.
Smith says everything they can do to help this cause matters.
You know, every little bit we do helps. So those kind of benefits and those kind of things to not just extend your life, but help make a better quality of life, at least as far as we can today.
Which is why they are giving out 2 tattoos, a ribbon for ALS and a star for Dale. In Corbin, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Thank you, RJ. Smith says all of the proceeds are going towards the Kentucky chapter of the ALS Foundation. Now, to find out more information on how you can support the cause, visit our website at WYMT.com. Pets and their people came together today in Prestonsburg to support a great cause. The Floyd County Animal Shelter hosted its 2nd annual Rainbow Bridge 5K in downtown Prestonsburg, aimed at remembering the pets who have passed on. Special Projects Coordinator Missy Allen says the event also doubles as a way to raise money for the shelter and the county's goal of building a new and much improved shelter, with proceeds exceeding $20,000 before the event even began.
They've donated everything from $20 to $2,500, and it all adds up. And we have over $21,000 in sponsorships going into the race today, and every dime of that will go toward a new building fund.
During the event, one business matched the $21,000, bumping up the grand total to more than $42,000. We'll have much more on the event coming up tonight at 11. Kentuckians continue to mourn the loss of Scott County Deputy Caleb Conley nearly 3 weeks after he was killed in the line of duty. We've seen folks from across the state host fundraisers supporting Deputy Conley's family. And as Samantha Valentino shows us, another fundraiser kicked off today, this one in the form of a softball tournament.
40 teams from across and outside of Kentucky traveled to Scott County Saturday morning to play in a softball tournament. They're playing for more than just a championship ring, though.
This is a benefit tournament. We shouldn't have to do these, but with you all here showing the community support, We really appreciate it, and I know these guys in blue standing behind you, they appreciate it.
All profits from this weekend's tournament will support the family of Scott County Sheriff's Deputy Caleb Conley.
More than anything, I can guarantee you that the family appreciate your all support.
Those who knew Deputy Conley remember him fondly, but even those who didn't know him have heard stories about him. For the tournament's organizer, Jesse Martin, one story comes from his coworker whose son was in a car crash that Deputy Conley responded to.
He was telling me that his son was pretty bad off in a pretty bad car wreck here in Scott County, and Deputy Conley called him the next day just to check on him, you know, to make sure that the kid was okay. That's what kind of person that I've heard that Deputy Conley was.
Like Martin, many of the coaches and players here never crossed paths with Deputy Conley, but still, they traveled from as far as Western Kentucky and West Virginia to play in this tournament.
You know, when stuff happens to police officers, firefighters, you know, softball comes out. You know, it's about the girls on the field, but, you know, they're here to support the whole community. And it doesn't matter if it was in Western Kentucky, West Virginia, or in Central Kentucky.
In Scott County, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Thank you, Samantha. Martin says the tournament is scheduled to continue tomorrow. They're just hoping that the weather cooperates. Coming up on Mountain News Weekend Edition, former President Donald Trump is making his first appearance in public since he was indicted in federal court.
Plus, we are tracking showers and storms on Sunday, and some of those could be strong to severe. All those details coming up after this break.